Hey everybody, this is Ryan with BaldyLocks Stocks. Welcome back to the channel. One of my biggest questions I get is when it comes to trading is, when do you know when to buy, when do you know when to sell, and it's all driven off support and resistance. They have to find out when to support, when is resistance. So this is a quick video. I'm gonna try to explain a little bit of that and kind of go from there. So let's pull up a chart. Pretty sure everybody's familiar with Disney. One of my first things that I like to do is make sure that you zoom out. That's kind of one of my biggest things is you want to make sure that you're seeing far enough out so you see the whole picture of what the stock is doing, why it's doing it. So I'm gonna get them all the way out there. And the next one is look at the obvious supports, obvious levels. So where do you when you're looking at this chart, what are you looking for? If you see here, you can see it's a pretty obvious one here. It's going to hit a couple. Um, that's a pretty good one there. I guess this is a little quicker here. Let's try that again. Right there. What are you seeing else that's going down here? That's pretty obvious on that bottom end. And let's go higher up. So this right here again, it's a pretty quick obvious looks of where's your major support at, where's your major resistance. Of course, you have ones in between that as well if you really want to kind of dig into it. That's kind of the best one. And the next thing you want to make sure is that it's touching as many lines as it could possibly touch to give you the best picture. In this case, you have one, you have two, three, four, five, six. That's six lines that it's touching. That's one. Looks like two, three, four. So you'll see that as the more lines that you're touching, that kind of gives that more clarity of the support or of the resistance. And we'll kind of talk about some when to know when it's gonna when it's gonna break out. You see right here where this is kind of like a consolidation mode here. So it'll go through here. Looks like that was actually kind of I guess a mini um, resistance there. What happened here? Man, it broke up like crazy. The problem with it breaking up too fast is sometimes it'll sharp back down. Now this happens a little bit more with your penny stocks, anything that's less than $5, just because the volatility in it. But you'll see here right here, man, this shoots up and then you get caught back here. But you'll notice when it fell back down, you actually see that there's actually a resistance line or support line that it follows here, and then you see there's another support over here. It does dip a little bit below it, but that's just kind of where it's testing it, and then it creeps back up. But then it's happened again here, shot straight up, shot straight down, and this is good. That's not bad. You don't want to get, of course, you don't want to catch it up here, and then ride it back down. So you want to try to catch it at its lowest point after it breaks that resistance. But you'll see here why it actually fell, and you'll see the resistance line here of this price channel. That was probably the highest point that it's shown resistance. So that there would have been a clear indication of, of a big sell zone. So and you can actually see that kind of actually runs that trend follows all the way through here. And the next thing to look for is, where's your consolidation? This to me, it's a consolidation zone. You have between was it $100 and $110. This you don't want to short this. Why? Because you don't really know what the market's doing. When you have $100 stock, unless you're putting some big money into it, but regardless, a $10 swing on this type stock, you don't really want to short something like that because you don't really know what the market is doing. Now on this end of it, this could have been, but because it shot up so fast, this could have been a point where you said, you know what, this may be an opportunity. It shot up pretty bad to short. It actually wouldn't have worked in this favor, but that would be an opportunity to look for a short because you had so many bulls go into it. Then you had a pullback. Fortunately, this pullback wasn't that much, so it created a more a support here, and it kind of went there. And now you will notice I guess it's not even a descending triangle. This is pretty descending fast here. Um, I think this probably had more or less due to the market crash with the COVID, but you'll see that this right here is a seller's market right here. It's falling, falling. Nobody's buying, nobody's buying. Then it does find, hits a low here, bounces back up. I'm pretty sure if you go all the way back maybe a year or two, you'll probably see these levels while it's supported there. But it gets in this little channel. This little channel again, it's buyers sellers who haven't really found a good breakout, and then it did break out here. It went on up. So this is something that you want to look for on a chart to know when to buy. It broke it right there after it hit one, two, it tried there three times, and then you had a really strong. So this is what you want to look for. You want to look for that strong momentum going into it, going through it. And these big bars, let's zoom in just a little bit over here. You'll see big candle bars. That's what you want to look for. Those big candle bars. That means there's a lot of strong buyers when you're going into it. That's how you kind of know if it's going to break it or not. See here, it goes in, it breaks down. It's not like it's not those big candle bars that you want to look for. And then as it goes on, you'll see you have a little bit more of a trend after it breaks out. It does have some support, but you'll see when you're looking at it, you can see each and every one of these, every one of these supports, how it's grabbing it. You also have a kind of like an ascending triangle as well. So if you grab this low point, and let's hit a couple of these, spots right here. So what do you have here? This is a pretty dang good line, right? So you have a low point, it grabs another low point, but it's creating a new support each and every time. What happens is once that support is broken, which is like right here, now it's actually becoming your resistance line. So once this right here falls, it's crap. Now it's your resistance, so it's going to fall back down to try to find that support again. But you'll notice here it's starting to trend back up, right? So it found that resistance. It's going to go back down. Now it's going to find, now that's your new resistance again. So that's where support is now becoming the resistance. So it's just a few quick tricks on where to buy, how to buy. I want to kind of keep it a little brief here. I have some more videos that's going to come up that's going to show you some trends. If you wouldn't mind, please give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to grow my channel. Hit subscribe, and for now, that's a lot.